So everybody, you're welcome back. Bella here. Goat meat soya is on the menu. I'm telling you that it is the bomb.com. If you try this recipe, like if you have this goat meat soya, you will do it over and over and over again. Like it's going to be so addictive. You cannot do without it. I'm telling you, you will keep doing it until thy kingdom come. Without further ado, let's get started into the recipe proper, guys. First things first, you need your goat meat. So your goat meat, you can get it wherever you get it from. It can be an African store, an Asian store. It can just be wherever. Maybe if you're in Africa, maybe you just killed it or whatever, and you need, like this. So guys, right now I'm going to cut the goat meat into bite-sized pieces, and I want you to bear in mind that when you bake your meat, it's going to shrink. So don't do it super small, just do it regularly, because when you bake it, it's going to, like shrink. So I'm just cutting it like this, guys. My goat meat has some skin on it. There are some parts that have the skin on it. If you don't like the skin on the goat meat, you can go ahead and buy the one that doesn't. However, if you like the skin on it, you can go ahead, and still get that. Whatever, size or portion that you like, or the part that you like, go ahead and do it. Like I always say, there's no wrong way, there's no right way. Cooking is an art, so go ahead and do you. So that's just what I'm doing. I had washed, my goat meat, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. I'm just repeating this process over and over and over again. So I want you to make, I want to give you some tips to keep in mind. In as much as you are cutting this, I want you to know that this is goat meat soya, so you must have your authentic soya spice and the original seasoning for it. Without it, I'm telling you, you may not enjoy, your soya. So that's just it. I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the process, with the cutting and all of that. And some people like it spicy. Feel free to put the pepper, like the soya pepper, before, like when it's still raw, and bake it, or you can put it at the end. Whatever floats your boat. You can still go ahead and cut this, much more smaller, and then you put in your skewers. That is my crushed pepper flakes. That is my black pepper. You need your black pepper for this, because some goats have some, smell. You want to get rid of it. That's my ginger powder, my garlic powder, and I'm going to add my onion powder as well, guys. It's very important. I'm just using dry seasonings, and I'm going to go ahead and also add my soya seasoning. That is my pepper, because I want it spicy. That is my regular crushed dry pepper, or my Cameroonian pepper. If you have it, feel free to use it. If you don't have it, feel free to omit it. Use paprika, and what I just put now is my soya seasoning. Know that your soya seasoning is different from your soya pepper. That one does not have any, like, it has no heat to it. So the soya seasoning has like the country onions in there, and also like some earthy flavors in there as well, guys. So take note of that. So this is my goat meat. I cut everything, and if you look very well, you can see some skin on it. This is my, Maggi. Feel free to use your Knorr cubes, chicken bouillon cubes, whatever kind of seasoning it is that you have. Feel free to use salt, but for this recipe, I will not be using salt, because I'm going to use like my onga, which has some salt in it already. So I'm just going to use that, and that is going to actually work for me. So go ahead and flip it, toss it, and because I'm not taking this, I'm doing it for myself, I will just go ahead and use my hands. Use gloves if you can. And I realized that some of the Maggi did not like dissolve or was not broken, so I'll just go ahead and use it. This is my onga. Feel free to use chicken glory, or kitchen glory rather, or whatever kind of seasoning. Like I said, play with your seasonings, and whatsoever floats your boat, feel free to use it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and toss everything together, make sure it goes everywhere. And this is my, my mix of everything I'm going to be using. Remember, I have my chicken bouillon cubes in there, and this dry seasoning or powder is a mixture of my country onions, black pepper, onion powder, ginger, garlic powder. I'm putting everything in there, my black pepper as well. Feel free to add your white pepper. My white pepper is in there as well, guys. Mix it very well until everything is well incorporated. Make sure that the dry seasoning like touches every, you know, cut portion of this goat meat. I'm just going to repeat that process. Mind you, I didn't drizzle any oil on it. If you are going to do this, like, on your charcoal, make sure you drizzle some oil on it so that the seasoning is well coated in there. Because I'm going to do this in the oven, I didn't drizzle any oil. I want to keep the calories down as much as possible. So I'm done with that. I'm just going to use my parchment paper, and I'm going to go ahead and toss my beef there and spread it evenly, guys. Like I always say, there's no wrong way in this. Cooking is an art, so go ahead and do you. I preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to bake it for 15 minutes on each side. So it's going to be a total of 30 minutes. Make sure, depending on the choice of goat meat, if it's older or it's a younger, beef, you should it's going to determine how long you cook it, because some of them are tougher. And this is the final result of it, guys. This tasted heavenly. If you try this, let me know. It's always much love from me to you. Remember, you are amazing and you are the beauty of Christ. Until next time, this is Bella.